Okay, and here we are into game two between these two very exciting and just like, well, just good teams. These teams are both very strong. They're both going into here 3-0. Dino Club did take that victory in the first game, so hard Dr. Pepper. They're on match point here, so their backs are up against the wall. See what adjustments they can make here in game two. I am joined here on the desk by Yanni yet again. Hello.
Hey, what's going on? Hopefully with less technical issues this time. So a big issue that I think Hard Dr. Pepper is going to run into is the fact that they are still down a ban. And you kind of are going to need, like the last game showed that you need all 5 bans for this game. Taking a look at the way the draft is done, completely different initial bans from Hard Dr. Pepper compared to last time. Last time, they opted to go with they went with the Lee Sin, they went with the Syndra. And now they've opted to go for the Morgana, the Jinjiao, and looks like they might pick up the Syndra that they initially, but no, they will pick up the Lee Sin. So instead of
on Lee Sin.
being very smart and utilizing what's called the extra ban sometimes, it's very clear they didn't want Dino Club's jungler playing Lee Sin, so they're like, you know what, we're just gonna take it.
Yeah, very true. These are both known as Lee Sin players.
So yeah, it's the secret ban. It's the secret ban. You gotta sometimes get your extra ban. And Dino Club, they're staying the course with their picks and bans, it looks like, as they went with Yone, Aksha, and Urgot once again. And they look like they've locked in that Maokai, and they're looking for their second pick. So really, they're getting the exact draft that they wanted. It worked last time, so it looks like they're going for it this time. That Corki's still dangerous and still open.
Very true. They have to respect. But look, yeah, we're gonna see the classic. The BW Hop, I think, all day today, I think I've only seen him play Maokai.
There's a lot going on here.
Oh, baby.
Dr. Pepper said, if you hard, you hard. We're playing with a full solo queue team. Impulse played a sick game of Vayne last week.
Yeah.
They're picking Blitzcrank for their bot lane duo. This is pretty sick. Oh man, this is like ultimate solo queue team. You're playing 2 high mechanical champions and 1 champion that says, I hook you, you lose.
Yep.
Dino Club looks like they've rounded out their last pick of the first half of the pick and ban phase with a Thresh. Thresh, my personal favorite champion. So much utility in this champion. So many cool playmaking abilities, but has received a lot of nerfs recently. The Flay passive doesn't hurt nearly as much unless you're going like full AD, which I'm almost positive they're not doing here. He got a small movement speed nerf, which really does mean a lot sometimes. If you're grabbing Mobies, they're not always going to be up because you are, constantly auto attacking or obviously getting attacked yourself. And Thresh, it's a common misconception to think that Thresh is a tank. He is not a tank in the slightest.
He literally doesn't even have armor unless he has to.
Exactly.
Yeah, he has to stack his souls in order to get armor.
Exactly.
Per level, which is crazy.
Second half of Bands Dino Club, they took away the Zed and the Mordekaiser. Seems pretty cool to me, as they don't want that Zed going into the hands of Hard Dr. Pepper once again. It was a little problematic. It didn't pop off, but I mean, there's certainly the potential's there. Hard Dr. Pepper, they elect to ban the Syndra. Obviously, we thought they could have first picked it. Not such luck here, and got rid of that Caitlyn. They decided that, we're not going to play it, so, we don't want to see this in the game. It's fine.
Oh my goodness. This is some new stuff from Dino Club's bot lane. I don't think I've seen them play Samira Thresh.
Samira, yeah, those hips don't lie. That is definitely a Samira pick right there.
I've never heard that before. That's so good.
Big fan of Eye Patch Mommy personally. She does a ton of damage. That Inferno trigger is an ultimate that has quite literally 0 cooldown and does so much damage. She'll heal for so much. And if you can't find an efficient way to lock her down, she's going to cause a lot of problems. Now, you do have Lee Sin Kick. You've got Vayne Condemn to break the Inferno trigger. I think in a lot of cases, though, you're probably using it beforehand. Before she, before she pops her Inferno trigger. Obviously, Blitzcrank can use the ultimate, get that silence off, and you can be fine from there. Hard Dr. Pepper, they're going to round out their team comp with an Ornn and a Silas. So you've got some solid enough engage out of the Ornn. Silas going to be able to steal a lot of ultimates here. Nothing amazing. Stealing Thresh ultimate is not great. I don't know how the interaction between Silas and Samira works personally. Stealing one instance of Rift Walk is kind of meh. The Void Assault from Kha'Zix is meh. But you steal Maokai's ultimate. Now we're talking.
Very true. Okay.
Last pick for the side of Dino Club, they have opted into that Kassadin, as we mentioned, because obviously you can't take Kassadin old if Kassadin hasn't been picked. And it's some pretty solid late game insurance. If you decide, hey, we're going to play the scaling game, you have the Kassadin in your back pocket to be able to match the Vayne later on in the game in terms of champion scaling. So for Dino Club, Maokai, Kha'Zix, Thresh, Samira, and Kassadin, obviously the order of those champions is going to be changed up a little bit. Hard Dr. Pepper, Lee Sin, Vayne, Blitzcrank, Ornn, Silas, Etoe. I'm going to just bring it up to you right now. Who won the draft and why? It's a tough question. Take a second.
It is a tough question. It is a tough question. Also, I'm just trying some champion lists. I see one called Lobster Gang, and I just got to try it out. So I'm gonna just cook that real quick. And let's see. Oh, okay. I like Lobster Gang so far. I think. Oh my goodness. I feel like at first I was gonna say that Hard Dr. Pepper at first I felt was a little bit too solo QE in the first half, but I think they really rounded it out well with the Ornn and the Silas pick on the second half. I think that really kind of rounds out that team comp there. I don't know. I think Impulse on Vayne could do it. Do it again. So you know what? I want to say Hard Dr. Pepper. I think the individual performances, for specifically of Bio on Lee Sin. Bio is a very ridiculously clean Lee Sin. There's probably a few people that would like to make an argument for best Lee Sin BTL. I think Bio, the other person has a good argument for it is Lightful Jew. He used to be Bowkeeper, but he's no longer around. But I think Lee Sin, Bio on Lee Sin pretty much always performs, and I think if they could get some early kills onto that Vayne, and if they could do some cheese with this Blitzcrank, I think they can start really get on the road. So I think I like what I see from Hard Dr. Pepper here in game 2.
Yeah, and Hard Dr. Pepper, there's a very defined style that you can tell that they like to play, and they like it when they can pick people off. If you take a look at their composition, once again, adept at picking people off with the Blitzcrank. Silas, Abscond Abduct. Vayne is able to get off a Stray Condemn, and Lee Sin loves picking individual one-on-ones, two-on-twos. Combine that with the Ornhorn, now you don't necessarily have to hit 5 people with the Ornhorn. You can divide the fight, and you can pick people off before those big fights can even form and give yourself advantages. And you're now taking 5v4s instead of taking straight 5v5s. It's very apparent that these are the type of champions and the type of ways they like to play. And last game, they didn't come away with the victory, but you saw that they were able to make those plays happen. They were able to isolate certain champions. They were able to get some of these picks. Didn't go the way they wanted to because Dino Club was able to fight against it really well, but they're going to have to do it again. And on the other side of the map, it can be difficult.
Yeah. Oh, God. My voice.
You good?
Happening?
You good?
Yeah,
You good?
I'm okay.
All right. He's alive.
Let me get... Oh, luckily I have some water. Okay, I did think ahead. I have some water right here. Anyways, I think what they really have to handle too, I think this macro, they kind of got outplayed in macro too. Mass Magician, it's great for you to roam and stuff, but they have to have someone like cover it or something. Like I think they, oh my no, what's that? Ah!
All right. While you're dying over there, it's
okay.
Duplicate is going to be the one that's going to be doing the roaming this game. Silas roams fairly well, but obviously Kassadin with the Rift Wall can cover so much ground, and because of the time it can take early on in the game to get from mid to bot or mid to top, you can take an early Rift Walk, and then you're not burning into your mana pool by the time the fight starts, as the cooldown of the I guess you would call it the cooldown of the Rift Walk will finally come off, the mana increase, I guess we'll call it. Dino Club, their team composition is also pretty decent at picking off champions as well. Maokai, Kha'Zix, Kassadin, those are all champions that want to get in these 2v2 skirmishes. Thresh as well. It feels like they obviously they have very similar team compositions where they
Hmm.
want to get these picks and
Right.
then they decide, okay, well we just need to throw like a team fight ultimate on our team, and that's where
Hmm.
Maokai and Ornn come in for both sides.
Yeah.
The issue is obviously Hard Dr Pepper with the Silas now have the advantage in some of these team fights because they get a second engage tool as well.
Hmm.
If the Silas can take the Maokai ultimate, so it feels like both of these comps are very similar in what they want to do. It's just Hard Dr Pepper has a little bit more hard engage. Haha, no pun intended.
Okay, well, we have hit the spectator delay. This Lobster Gang music actually was fantastic. And we will be back whenever we load into game. For the meantime, we get to see the lion, our little pretty lion here with the animated background. We will
You
be
lying to me? No way.
and we'll be right back after this short break. It looks like we actually have the game not showing a black screen this time as I come in, so very very nice.
Hey,
Yeah,
sick.
yeah. Here we are. What's the series? Who won the first game? The series is 1-0 in favor of Dinosaur Club. Dinosaur Club with a pretty convincing victory in game one. Both of
Man,
these
I'm so
teams.
disappointed right now.
Why is that?
You have two hook champions and zero invades.
You're right.
Seriously,
You're
guys?
right. You're right. Wait a
Seriously?
second. Imagine having to blitzcrank and not trying to do something with it. Like at least like reset the buffers. Like do something.
Well, I mean, like, resetting the buff can still happen, but like, come
Yeah,
on.
it's true.
That's so boring. Ah, man. That's so lame. Jeez,
And
whatever.
they actually have really some really interesting level ones. Yeah, this is super unfortunate. But
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's
mhm,
okay. I can understand why Dino Club might not want to do it, but I mean, you got Lee Sin on the
Right.
side of Hard Dr Pepper. Like,
Right.
sure, you wanna start the shield on Lee Sin, you wanna start the safeguard, but like, you can start Q and be fine. Like, your clear might be a little less efficient, but like,
But it's
for the
Lee
price
Sin.
of first
Lee Sin
blood,
does not struggle.
for the price of first blood,
True.
I think you take it every time. Lee Sin's gonna start up on the blue side. All right, so it's gonna be fairly interesting. Both junglers starting on their top side,
Oh
so
boy.
we could see some combustible elements coming for the bot lane Scuttle
Right.
Crab in just a few.
Yeah, I think maybe that's why they do anything level 1. They want to do something level 3 in
Oh,
the bot lane. Oh my god, that hook was so close, scratching his back.
yeah, it was a pretty sick attempt too. I like what Impulse and Bad with Up are doing when it comes to the waves. Impulse hitting the minion in between to give Bad with Up an opportunity to try to fit it in between. There are times when you can think that, oh, okay, the hook's gonna hit this minion, and it's like, well, you gave him too much room. Now you're hooked. Now you're dead. Level 2 going the way of the hard Dr. Pepper bot lane. It's pretty positive. You've forced Rim Almighty and Coach Kirk under turret. Rim Almighty unable to block it yet as they are still level 1. So they've just hit level 2. So that blade roll will be okay.
Oh, I see. Bio's actually full clearing here.
Okay.
Yeah, not rushing towards something happening bot lane level 3. Both
It doesn't mean
junglers
they are
are
going to be a
pretty much
step
full
behind,
clear.
though.
Yeah.
He's on the red buff now while Kha'Zix is on the Gromp.
Right.
So the positioning will definitely go the way of Dino Club when it comes to like, all right, we're ready to fight for this. But the issue that Dino Club has right now is that Rome Almighty and Coach Kirk, they do not have lane priority right now, and neither does Dupless. So if
Mm-hmm.
Bio wants to come in, he's got the squad behind him.
That's very true. Okay, I'm assuming we'll be seeing some type of action here soon.
Here we
Uh,
go.
there was a war. Is Kha'Zix just gonna
Interesting.
set it? But, okay.
It looks like Bio is just letting it go. Bio is going to walk toward the top side and opt to get the top lane Scuttle Crab instead of the bottom lane Scuttle Crab.
Interesting.
Coach Kirk and Rim Almighty had taken control of that bot lane,
That's true.
so it makes some sense. I maybe just want to see fights a little too much.
Yeah. Etoe, your mic is low. Oh, is it? Let me bring it a little bit closer to my face,
Oh, okay.
and let me make sure
Oh,
I'm not.
this could be interesting. Kha'Zix is going for the Krugs, and Lee Sin is already on them and has no smite. Meanwhile, there's some trading going on into the top lane as Hoff is able to get Zombie Man off of him, but now Bio, about 60% HP. This is going to be a 2v2 coming out. The safeguard over to the Ornn, and Hoff will have to back up the Delightful Jew. Not too much they can get done there. And Bio fairly lucky that his top laner had lane priority and responded quickly.
Yeah. Very true.
Uh-oh. They're going
Oh.
back in for him. That is such a great re-engage. It's first blood over to Bio. Bio started backing. Zombie Man said, yo, I have him. Come back. Knocks him up. Safeguard in. Lands the Q. Gets the kill. Smooth first blood from the side of hard Dr. Pepper. No carbonation in that Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
It's smooth. It's smooth but not flat. Because,
Right. Right.
All right. I hate to say it. I'm gonna be Heathen. I actually kind of enjoy some flat sodas, certain sodas.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's
Like
understandable.
Sprite. I love
That's
flat.
fair. That's fair.
I generally don't like Coca-Cola, so it's like,
Mm.
I think I kind of like flat Coke a little bit more, I guess, but I don't really like Coca-Cola too much. But that's about it when it comes to flat sodas. I don't know. I'm weird. I also like when people spoil things, so I'm just a weirdo, and Kha'Zix is going to leap over the wall. Great flash from Coach Kirk. Impulse, the ignite is on. They're going to have to kite this one back.
In.
Teleport coming in. It is Zombie Man joining the party. Delightful Jew will have to get off of the vein and is now on to Bad with Up. They heal out for Rim Almighty as they're going to have to back up, but now Zombie Man has the inside track on the Delightful Jew. The kill, they wanted to give it to the vein. It's going to go to Zombie Man. Great teleport from the top laner who has been making plays since minute 1.
Very,
oh my
very
God.
true.
Oh no, this is terrible. They've cut off Coach Kirk and Rim Almighty. Oh, great flay there from Coach Kirk. He's going to land the hook, and there's so many minions beating on Bio right now. The safeguard is there, but here comes the teleport. Dupless has joined the party. He does have Riftwalk. However, the Mass Magician matching with the teleport is still level 5. It was a good teleport from the Mass Magician to force off Dupless. Not sure if they would have went for it, but I like the thought process there anyway.
Okay. Not a lot of people died for all the people that came bot lane, but I guess that was part of the point. And meanwhile, we're gonna see BW Hop just kind of beating up on the tower up here. Okay, y'all have your
He's
fun.
getting plates. Y'all remember what happened the last time with
Right.
Corky and Zed getting plates? You're gonna win the game now. Hoff isn't Corky and is not
That's
going
true.
to be able to convert that gold into like effective damage, but they can into effective tank stats,
Hmm.
which is cool. Maokai is traditionally your low econ tank. What happens when you give a low econ tank high economy? Well, they're gonna get their items a little faster.
Yeah. Yep. Look at that CS lead top lane. Yeah, that is a quite significant CS lead. 20 CS there, along with getting the plate.
2 plates, mind you, too.
Oh.
Yeah, so they were able to get their Bammy Cinder, which is
Hmm.
really nice. They got a no magic mantle on top of it. Very cool. It's gonna, Zombie Man, Ornn does, a decent amount of magic damage. Nothing crazy, but is pretty nice to be able to mitigate some of that. And obviously, building into items, you gotta get what you're gonna get.
Hmm.
You're kind of you're kind of forced to build the certain items in order to finish certain items.
Hmm.
Unfortunately. You know how much I wish I could like, you know, build a build like a cloth armor first on an 80 carry and then like be able to turn that into an infinity edge. It wouldn't be fair.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
That would
wouldn't
be
be
nice.
fair at all, but like that'd be so cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
Hoff, he's been spotted here by Bio. Here comes the Ornhorn. It will knock up that
Oh.
Maokai, and
Oh.
that No
Hop
Magic
has
Mantle is not going to help you against
trouble.
this Lee Sin.
Yeah.
Bio picking up another kill, their second, and 3-0 the kill score in favor of Hard Dr. Pepper. But now they're looking to make a play on the bot lane. Cassidy coming over, Impulse couldn't decide where they wanted to go. They are going to
Impulse
get
in
played
trouble
as
here.
they went into the final hour, but it is their final hour as they will go down. Rim Almighty picks them up, bad with Op, trying to desperately to get under the turret, but there are so many members of Dino Club. Double kill for this Samira. However, the trade kill going back, bad with Op picking that one up as that turret was super heated.
Hmm. Zombie Man now beating up on this tower.
And he wants plates too.
Hmm. Yep.
He wants 2 plates. He's like, hey, this is Thanksgiving dinner, man. I want 2 plates. Well, these two teams, I like what they're doing. I like the roam play going on, and it just everything about it has been very fun. These teams clearly play these styles where they want to brawl, they want to try to get these picks, but with the roams, you could try to make a pick and all of a sudden you turn it into a 3v3 fight. It's like, well, I mean, we just wanted one person, but I guess we'll fight. There was a dragon attempt earlier that had been
Ooh.
started by Dino Club. It's great hook there from
Oh
Bad
my
with off the
goodness.
re-engagement. Dupless is so low that Ignite burning. Are they going to go down? They
Oh
live.
my
They
god.
live with enough blood in his big toe to sustain him.
Oh
Cassidon
my
lives.
goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, that was so well played by the Blitzcrank and the Silas. Multiple CCs land on Dupless, and Dupless just barely lives.
Yeah, and the Ignite too. Did burn the flash out of Dupless, which
Hmm.
can be fairly important. Obviously, flash, a ubiquitous summoner spell taken by almost every champion.
Yeah.
So, it is an incredibly important summoner spell. And, it's
Oh,
great for casting to extend the range of your Riftwalk.
hmm.
Especially those big damage rift walks. So being without that will make them a little bit less safe, and we'll have to see really how things shake out for him at that point. Bad with all now no longer with Ignite. It's going to be much harder to kill this bottom lane.
Bio.
With Rim Almighty, he's got a Vamp Scepter now, so it's going to be hard. They're going to be healing for a ton, especially with the Inferno trigger.
Okay, Bio snuck into bot lane, but then hit a recall with the empowered recall by the Rift Herald. We'll see
Mhm.
where they use Rift Herald. Looks like it's about halfway through. Can't quite
There's a
tell.
couple of different places that you could throw this Rift Herald at.
Hmm.
Um, you could I think with Vane's pretty content to just chill out here. As bad with Alp has found the long range
Oh my
knockup along
goodness.
with the pull
They
onto
tried
Duplex.
like yet again.
Yeah, they tried to do it again. Mass Magician did not have the wave in a favor for them. The wave had been getting pushed
Ooh,
into
that's the
them. That
first
does
dragon of
relieve
the
a
game.
lot of pressure. And like you were just saying, the first dragon of the game going over to the side of Dino Club. It is a Windrake.
It's really late first
So
dragon.
yeah, it is super late. Next Drake looks to be Infernal, so unfortunately, no big damage Drakes. We're either going to have big tank or big sustain.
Mhm.
And for both of these teams, I mean, you're happy with either. I personally
Mhm.
love having either of those Drakes. If you told me that, my team has the potential to secure an Ocean Soul or a Mountain Soul every game, I'd be like, yes, please.
Mhm. Yeah, those are definitely always do feel good.
Mass Magician low. Here comes Bio looking to get a kick onto him. Whoa, that was such a sick move by Bio and Mass Magician. Mass Magician
Oh
trying
my
to run away.
goodness.
He does have that Kha'Zix ultimate
Oh my
for
goodness.
invisibility. He's gone on to Dupless. He's going to heal up using the Kingslayer. Can he finish him off? He does. Here comes the Ornhorn, but he gets blocked. Good stuff from Bio trying to save his teammate. Rim
Oh, look
Almighty
who's
has
here.
joined the fight. Hoff is able to get out. Bio being chased down. Big double knockup
Oh
from
my
Zombie Man
god.
going back in his Bio. He finds another one. They're chasing down the Delightful Jew. Can Bio land another Sonic Wave? He's still in range, but the Blast Cone will be able to save the Kha'Zix. A crazy fight. It is a 2-for-1 in favor of Hard Dr. Pepper. They're going to drop the Rift Herald on the top side.
Incredibly well played by Lee Sin there. I definitely thought that we were going to see Rim Almighty hit the Infernal trigger and that it was going to completely turn around the fight for Dino Club, but Rim Almighty goes down before that is able to happen.
And you talked about, oh, never mind. Here comes Bad with Op here onto Hoff. Knockup hit. He still has the hook. He misses onto Dupless, but Hoff is just barely going to
Oh
live.
my
The Ignite
god.
ticking.
Okay,
Is he
this
going to live?
time.
No, the trees are on fire. The trees go down. And Dupless now gets hit with the knockup. Great double play from Coach Kirk. Mass Magician burning
Ooh.
away. The last auto attack going down onto Bio. And just like that, Dino Club has turned it around. They have 4 members pushing down the mid lane. But now it's going to go down to 3 as Dupless is forced to teleport top lane to match the push from the Ornn. A big fight win from Dino Club, and they've snatched the gold lead from the Hard Dr. Pepper.
Down to Dino Club's the kings of being down on kills, but still up on gold.
Yeah,
Saw that
it's just
last
it
game as
seems like
well.
the way they play.
Yep.
There's one thing I wanted to talk about, and hopefully Dupless isn't going to interrupt us by going in on the Zombie Man for too long. As you mentioned that Bio could be, is definitely in the running for, or might have the title of Best Lee Sin and in BTL.
Hmm.
And judging by the initial play from what I've seen, 1000% agree.
Oh yeah, no, we've seen him be on this Lee Sin. He's a very, very clean Lee Sin. I see the
He's
next
on
the next
another
person that
planet
has
right
the
now.
next best that has like another shot, but if it would actually be his opponent, Delightful Jew also loves to play a lot of Lee Sin. But I think Bio has him there. But yeah,
Yeah, the
Bio is
delightful
very, very
Jew.
clean.
The Delightful Jew having a really rough time trying to get too much going. 0, 1,
Hmm.
and 2, a totally fine scoreline. Has the Phage, has the Serrated Dirk. But when the opposing jungle is this strong, already has an early Gore Drinker, it is problematic. You do run the risk of falling too far behind. I wonder if Kha'Zix is still able to win any 1v1 that they would take. Obviously, you have the isolation damage is strong. But, I mean, this Lee Sin's just going to have way too much sustain.
Hmm. So yeah, this game's so close here. 15 minutes in, we've only had one neutral. I just realized I was like, why don't I know how long until that didn't have objective timers up? Sorry,
Oh,
sorry,
nice. Just a minute and
yeah,
10
yeah, there it
seconds.
is.
Just a
Yeah,
minute and
yeah.
10 seconds for the
Hmm.
Infernal Drake. And I'm sure that both of these teams would love to get their hands on it. It's only going to be one. It's 4% attack damage and ability power, but every little bit of damage, you'll take it. It can
Hmm.
be the 4% that gets you over the hump. As Dupless looking to find an engage on the bad with Alp does land the Everfrost, but there is no follow up to be had there as they're a little bit too close to the turret. And Dino Club doing what they can to get priority in this mid lane. All of the members of Dino Club near that mid bottom side of the map, ready to wreak havoc in the opposing jungle, perhaps.
Oh.
Oh, he's been spotted. Should be okay. Mass Magician still forced to deal with that mid lane wave and is somewhat low on mana. so that could be problematic going into the next fight. Could run
This is
out.
going to be happening
Oh,
about
man,
now, it
here
looks
comes
like.
Delightful Jew going over the wall, looking to find an engagement. He's going to deal
Ooh.
some sort of damage to Zombie Man, I guess, but he's gone unstoppable. Can he hit the Ornhorn? It is
Oh!
by the Samira. Huge move there. They're on to Coach Kirk. Bad with Op getting that kill. Samira gets kicked off to the side, barely living with just a little bit of HP. Mass Magician, he stole the ultimate of the Maokai. It's a double kill for Bad with Op. Trying to live is Bio. Mass Magician getting Rift Walk on. He's got
Oh
no
my
HP.
goodness.
He's Rift Walking
Oh my
around.
goodness.
Going in. He's found
Oh
a
my
triple.
goodness.
He can't get the quad as Bio trades it back. But it is overall a fight win for Dino Club 4 for 3 as Dupless Rift walking around the map, picking up a bunch of kills.
Bio just healed so much.
Uh-oh. Bio on the Rim Almighty, solo, one more
Oh
auto
my
can do
goodness.
safeguards to Ward, picks that one up, and now I think he might have the advantage here. Zombie Man trying to help his boy out. The twisted advance though made him invulnerable, and he's gonna pick up a kill. And now Zombie Man trying to chase him down, getting slowed. Maokai has such good 1v1 disengage, and here comes his Thresh. He's gonna lantern him away. They're not going to fight, but it looks like they're set up nicely for the dragon here if they want to take it. Looks like they're kind of waffling on this decision here, but the Delightful Jew has started it.
I remember Bad with Op picked up a few of those kills there, and currently has 4 of the team's 11 kills, the second most kills on the team.
Oh, this is bad. Oh, this is bad with Op.
Oh my goodness.
They get taken down there. The combined effort of the Kazakhs, the Thresh, and the Caston. Good hook from Coach Kirk. 0, 1, and 7 doing a true supportive job there, giving kills to the teammates. And it sucks because Impulse has no kills right now.
Yeah, like, and his support has 4. Yeah, it's like that meme where you're looking at your I forget what the meme was. Whenever you look at the support, your O2 and 5 your support's 4-3-1. You're like, wait a second. Wait, how? Wait, I'm Vayne. Yeah, that's super unfortunate there for Hard Knocks Pepper. That's not what you want to see. If Vayne had those kills, it could be looking a little bit different in this game.
Or even Silas, Bio obviously is already strong enough, has hit the power spike of Sterix Gauge with Gore Drinker. Makes any champion very tanky. Rift Herald going the way of Team Dino Club. Pretty happy with that. Kill score knotted up at 11. Dino Club up 3K. Second Rift Herald, not as important as first Rift Herald. Obviously, there are no turret platings left to take, but there are turrets that can still be knocked down, side lane pressure that you can apply. Cassidy.
And yeah, the kills and the gold being in the right spot is so important. Yeah, because I was just looking at Cassidy. Look at how big this Cassidy is. Look at how Dupless is right now. The kills are in the right spot for Dinosaur Club.
Yeah, almost completed the Archangel staff as well into the Seraph's Embrace. But yeah, like you just said, the kills being in the right spot is very important. Imagine how impactful the Silas could be if he just had one more kill. He doesn't even have Mythic yet, and we're nearing the 20-minute mark. I understand that you do have to build a couple of other things. Sorcerer Shoes, it's a great pickup, especially against the Cassidon. But being down a Mythic, it's just so many stats. They're so vital. That's why you can only build one of them, and usually everybody builds theirs first, unless you're like Ezreal in the midway point of the season. Remember that build we had where it had no Mythics? That was kind of weird.
No, I wasn't even aware of that.
I play some Ezreal, so I tried it once, and I thought it was pretty strong, but it just felt weird not having a Mythic. Some of those fairy Mythics are just way too strong, and then Divine Thunder, of course. But that's beside the point. As Cassidon is going to be a big problem. He's got a 500 gold shutdown on him, but it's not like Hard Dr. Pepper doesn't have the tools to stop him. The problem is, it looks like Dupless, he is now going to begin side laning. He is in the side lane phase of the game, which means multiple members of Hard Dr. Pepper will have to commit, and the Baron is up. So it does become very problematic if you want to send multiple members down to Dupless to try to take him out.
Yeah, you open that Silas can try and hold him off without dying, because if he can't, then you can't really commit you can't commit multiple people while Baron is up. Looks like they're gonna push down this top lane tower.
It's a 3v3 in the top lane, although Impulse is on the way. Kha'Zix hovering around the bottom side of the map does still have that Rift Herald. They could try to make a play on the Silas if they're able to dive the Silas, kill the Silas, drop the Rift Herald. That'd be pretty cool. The Maokai ultimate will be burned there as a disengage tool like that. Very smart move there, as the Nature's Grasp will go on cooldown now. Nothing really to be had for either side. Dino Club, they did take that top outer turret finally, and it lasted for quite some time, but down it goes. More gold into the pockets of the team that is already ahead. The rich get richer, my friend. The rich get richer.
Indeed, they do. Now, even on kills, but not at all even on gold. Those two dragons and those two extra towers could have something to do with that.
That's just a little
As
bit.
well as the CS discrepancy. So you
The
see that
turret
there's
plating too. The turret
yeah,
plating.
yeah, all these things, that's true. All build up into getting some gold in your pockets. We have
Yeah,
a dragon
it's really
spawning
hard to
here
think
soon.
about. I wish they still had. I wish they had like a graphic for how many plates were taken, like during the
Yeah,
plate phase.
true.
Normally it doesn't matter, but it's nice to be able to like refer to it or see where all this gold come from.
Oh,
As the delightful Jew has spotted out 3 members of the enemy team and has decided that they needed to get out of dodge. Died with
right.
off the hook, but it did not land as Kha'Zix leaps away. Mass Magician trying to
Oh,
find an engagement on the Thresh, forcing a flash. So, all right, you'll take that if you're the side of Hard Dr. Pepper. No flashy plays to be made by this Thresh, and it's really he's definitely a different champion when you don't have it.
the Rift
Rift Herald dropped
Herald.
in the
We've
bot lane.
seen. Oh,
Uh-oh. Hook landed on the Masked Magician. He will root up this Samira. Rim Almighty trying to mitigate as much damage as they can. They go down, but they die in the Inferno trigger. Knock
oh,
up on to the Thresh. The hook does land, and down he goes. Meanwhile, Kha'Zix working on getting this dragon done. And Catherine in the bottom lane with the Rift Herald looking to maybe win the game. Here
oh,
comes
he gets
Bio, but
it.
the fight is won by the delightful Jew, and he's going to hop over the wall. And now, is he going to be able to interrupt any of these backs? The teleport from Zombie Man, you can't interrupt that. Kha'Zix does not have any CC, as it looks like he was able to stop Lee Sin. Dupless took
Oh
2
my
turrets
God,
and is looking to take an
Expected.
inhibitor. Passed it in Rift walking around. He is going to Rift walk away once. He Rift walk away twice, but he is going on a collision course with Bio, the most fed member of the team. Caught between a rock and a hard
Woo!
place. He kicks him in the wrong direction, though, away from his
Woo!
team. He's been silenced. He's been engaged on.
Oh
He's
my
going to be able to
God.
stay forward and just barely live. And Dupless, the ankle breaker master, is sleeper right there. Almost gets a kill on the way back, but I'm sure he'll be happy to live and not give away an even bigger shutdown now.
The Expectays in the chat. Oh man, it's Jesus. It's
Baron's been
amazing
started.
to know how long we've been League of Legends fans. Remember Expected?
Baron,
That's so far along. That's so long ago now.
you will never forget the expect. Just like Lee Sin kick into your own team is always called an insect. You know, it's just
Right.
one of those things that is ubiquitous,
Right.
as is the Baron dance. But it looks like Hard Dr. Pepper, they cannot respond to it. Vayne is in the bot lane having to deal with these super minions, and
That's just
Cassidy
so
wasn't
well
even
played.
there.
The
It's a
macro,
Baron
man.
taken by Dino Club.
What we just saw. Fuck, are we OD'd out? Yeah, probably. but what everything we just saw there, from the Rift Herald being used in the bot lane to push while they were dancing around the dragon, to the fight happening mid lane while Delightful Jew continued to take
You
the
better
dragon,
take
ended
that.
up
You better
getting the
take
dragon.
that.
Oh, he was
It
able to
goes over the
get
bio.
But like, yeah, I still want to talk about all the macro that just happened. Like that started with using the Rift Herald in the bot, and then stealing away the dragon while there was a fight happening. Like his teammates were dying mid, but the Lightful Jew was like, I'm just gonna get this dragon. While Dupless pushed bot lane with the Rift Herald, they were able to get the inhibitor, and off of the inhibitor, now that they know there's gonna be pressure bot lane, they're able to go and take the Baron because of the pressure that happened bot lane. Just all this macro is coming together so well for Dinosaur Club. Really shows why they are undefeated on the season. It's a lot of it is just this macro decisions. Just really well played.
The macro difference is huge. It does not matter if you have less kills, you have more gold. And I'm sure there's a reason why Dupless gets hooked. Will go golden, but is going to land the Riftwalk. Nature's Grasp roots 1, roots 2, and down goes the Masked Magician. The stand-in for the team captain, Yanni, not doing so hot this game as he is 1, 5, and 4. And now the blue turret going down. They top inhibitor is going to go down the hook lane. It only Lee Sin. It's a 3-man knockup, but I'm not sure it's going to matter to the
Oof.
Inferno Trigger. Trying to rip them apart. It's a big knockup. Finally interrupts the Inferno Trigger, but the Vayne goes down on the back end. Dupless running the fight. The CC is too strong. The Cassidon is too strong. The team play is too strong. And it looks like this game will be going to the side of Dino Club. They are going to take the series 2-0.
Dinosaur Club 4-0 on the day. By the way, they've won their earlier game 2-0 as well. Just some incredible gameplay, and a lot of it is macro. There were I think almost all the games today, there were times where they were down on kills but up on gold because of the plate, because of their macro decisions. Just very well played by Dinosaur Club, and this is why they are always a team to really consider a strong contender in BTL every single time they played.
I really feel like Hard Dr. Pepper was a little disadvantaged here.
That's very
Dino
true too.
Club, Dino Club winning their first, having two series today, winning their first one,
Hmm.
right, gives you not only the confidence, but you're playing well today. You're already loose. You're already warmed up for the team play. Team play and playing solo queue and stuff to practice like that, or even playing flex with your team to practice is very different. There are very different calls that get made because of the way your opponents play. And when you step into a league like this, you can expect your opponents to play a certain way. They're going to play differently than if you're playing somebody in flex queue or if you're playing in solo queue. So the fact that Dino Club was already warmed up definitely goes in their favor. Not only that, Dr. Pepper, without their mid laner, their team captain, the heart and soul, they didn't look lifeless without him, but they
Hmm.
definitely looked like they were missing their impact.
That's very true. Yeah, it is definitely a huge loss to not have a Nai here. A Nai, of course, the team captain. Nai has come in here in the booth and does some casting for us too. And Nai is a very huge part of that team, and hope he gets better soon, and that we will be see Hard Dr Pepper at full strength next time we see him on the Rift. But for now, the only undefeated team that's left in league will be Dinosaur Club. Dinosaur Club looking to, I'm sure they're looking for their second championship